In the boundless quiet, before time itself had a name, there was only light, a single, perfect, and all-encompassing light. It was the universe's first breath, a silent hymn of pure existence. There were no stars, no earth, no shadows, for everything was one with this divine radiance, and within this light, spirits were born. Beings of thought and energy, woven from the very fabric of creation, they danced in the celestial expanse, their joy a silent echo in the endless glow. Among them was one named Lumiel, the brightest of all, a being whose essence shimmered with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. He was a perfect reflection of the great light, a beacon of its glory. Lumiel's heart swelled with love for the light that birthed him. He led the celestial choir, his voice a cascade of harmonies that shaped the formless void. He felt the infinite love of the source flowing through him, and he radiated it back, amplifying its warmth and splendor. In this perfect unity, there was no I or you, only we, a symphony of souls bound by a shared origin, a shared purpose, to be one with the light. But in the heart of perfection, a thought, no bigger than a grain of sand, began to form. Lumiel gazed at his own brilliance, the way the light refracted through his being, casting colors the cosmos had never seen. He saw how the other spirits were drawn to him, how they followed his lead, and for the first time, a whisper of separation entered the chorus of unity. It was the birth of pride. Am I not the most beautiful? The whisper grew. Does the light not shine brightest through me? Perhaps I am the source of this light. The thought was a dissonance, a note out of key in the perfect harmony. It was a subtle crack in the flawless mirror of existence. The more Lumiel focused on his own reflection, the more he saw himself as distinct from the great light, not a part of it. He began to believe his radiance was his own creation, his glory self-earned. The love he once felt for the source curdled into ambition. He no longer wanted to reflect the light, he wanted to possess it. He drew more and more of it into himself, hoarding its energy, trying to outshine the very essence that had given him life. The other spirits watched in confusion and sorrow. They saw Lumiel's glow intensify, but his warmth began to fade, replaced by a cold, sharp brilliance. He was brighter, yet he gave off less heat. His light was no longer a gentle embrace, but a piercing glare. The celestial harmony faltered as his prideful solos drowned out the collective song. The great light, the source of all, felt this imbalance. It did not judge, for it knows only love. But love, in its purest form, must also be truth. And the truth was that Lumiel was separating himself from the whole. As he pulled the light inward, a strange and new phenomenon appeared around him, a shadow. It was the first shadow the universe had ever known, born from a heart that chose itself over unity. The shadow was the absence of light, a void created by pride. It clung to Lumiel, a dark shroud over his magnificent form. The more he sought to be the sole source of light, the larger his shadow grew, consuming the radiance around him. He became a paradox, a being of immense light, yet the creator of profound darkness. The day came when Lumiel, now consumed by his ambition, declared himself the true master of the cosmos. He challenged the great light, believing he could replace it. He gathered followers, those who were mesmerized by his power and deaf to the quiet song of unity. A celestial schism occurred, a tearing of the spiritual fabric. In that moment of ultimate rebellion, Lumiel was cast out from the heart of unity. It was not a punishment inflicted upon him, but a natural consequence of his choice. A magnet cannot hold what is not metal. The light cannot contain that which chooses darkness. He fell, and his fall was not through space, but through a descent in consciousness. He fell from oneness into isolation, from love into fear, and as he fell, his name changed. He was no longer Lumiel, the light-bearer. He became the fallen one, a king of his own shadowed realm, a prisoner of the very ego he had built. His kingdom was a place of echoes, a world of separation where every soul felt utterly alone. The universe mourned. The perfect light was fractured, and from this first wound, creation as we know it began. The light scattered, forming stars, galaxies, and planets, and on a small, blue world called Earth, fragments of that original divine light were embedded in every living thing, in every blade of grass, every drop of water, and in the heart of every human. We carry within us a memory of that oneness, a longing for that original light. We also carry the shadow of that first pride, the temptation to believe we are separate, to put our ego before love. The story of Lumiel is not just an ancient myth. It is our story. It unfolds within us every day. Each time we choose compassion over judgment, we heal that ancient wound. Each time we choose unity over division, we defy the shadow. Each time we love unconditionally, we reflect the great light that still waits patiently for all its children to return home. Even the fallen can rise again. For a shadow is only an absence of light, and light is never truly lost. It is always there, waiting to be rediscovered, waiting to be shared. The path back is not a journey across the stars, but a journey inward, to the core of our being, where that eternal flame still flickers. Find that spark within you, nurture it, let it grow until it consumes your shadows. Remember that you are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are, and have always been, a part of the great, magnificent light. Let there be light, once more, within you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story resonated with your spirit, please consider subscribing to our channel, God Story Reborn, for more tales of light and rebirth. Share this message with those who might need to hear it. Until next time, walk in peace and let your light shine.